All right, like my shirt. Anyway, here's another question from the Enigmable. I don't think that's a word. I'm trying to be fancy. Peter Marsh from the Marsh Pit. He wants to know: have I ever gotten into an argument or heated exchange, whatever he called it, with a collaborator while I was writing with them? Yes, I have. I don't think I've talked about this, or I think I just talked about this on a podcast interview that I did very recently, but I didn't really get into specifics. So I've written a ton of books with other people. I think I've had 7 or 8 different collaborators, and I like all their work. And there was one person, and I was about to say she, but I don't want to say it was a female. It was a female. I don't know how it started. I think we were just friendly, and we were in a couple of groups together, and she was writing hard. She had a couple of books out, and we started talking, and one of us brought up, hey, well, let's write a horror thing together. And I had an idea that was in my head, and I said, what about this? It'd be like a post-apocalyptic thing, and you write one character, I'll write another character, and then at some point the two characters will meet up, kind of thing. And it was great. We were probably, and here's the problem. I had never read any of her work before. She had, I think, maybe 2 books out at that point. I had never read her stuff, which was a big mistake. I also didn't know her all that well as a person. Another red flag. So we get to maybe halfway through this book, and we're, going back and forth. You write a chapter, I write a chapter. We might have been shared it on Google Doc, whatever. And she gets to a point where this character tries to, now we were both pantsers, there was no rules, but we kind of established quickly that this wasn't going to be some kind of splatterpunk or extreme thing. This was going to be a fun horror book. So I have maybe a couple of F-bombs here and there, but nothing major. No over-the-top violence, no sex, nothing. It was more of the psychological horror of the world going south. So she has a character that is, another character is trying to sexually assault. And she has the character who, at this point, the female lead for her, had been a strong character, but not crazy over the top, none of that. This character turns the tables on the other guy and then starts sexually violating this person with weapons and stuff. Really crazy, over the top, like way, way too much. And I said to her, well, no, we can't, I don't like this. This is not what we're doing. And she was adamant that it needed to be in there. And so we went back and forth for maybe 2 weeks, almost every day. And I finally just said, I'm not comfortable with this, and I don't want to do this anymore. And so we just stopped talking. And then I saw her at a Scares That Care event, maybe 2 years later, and she was kind of a dick to me about it. Basically, that what a wimp I was, blah blah. And I'm like, well, it didn't even fit. Then I also, in that period of time, I come to realize that she never wrote another book. She just re-released those other 2 books with edits and different covers several times. And I think I saw her one other time after that. I see her online every now and then, and I don't think she's actually writing anymore. But anyway, yeah. So that was the worst. That was the worst collaboration, and because of that one part, and I thought the book was going to be great. Haven't thought about that book in years, and you know what? Maybe I will re-explore that one in the future. So, hey, thanks for the question, Peter Marsh. If you have a question for me about a specific book I've written, story I've written, about writing in general, about food, about M&Ms, I don't care. Just send me a message.